There's the clutch. So quick overview, the whole engine in bits. The good and the bad. When you dig out the bad, there's the bad. I'll come back to that. Okay, clutch is in good nick. Everything there is in good condition. Yeah, the original early alternator cover. Yeah, 2-stroke oil pump, some hoses, sprocket, front sprocket. Various nuts and bolts. That's all the head, cylinder and head bolts. Yeah, gear shifter, and shifter return springs. There's a alternator, 3 sets of points, good old-fashioned points. Nothing like setting them up. There's the timing cam for the points. That's just the oil pump workings, the 2-stroke oil pump workings removed from the damaged case, which I'll show you in a minute. Bring it out. The bottom of the case completely emptied. I mean, this has just been torn apart. It's not been cleaned. I'll give it a quick wipe on the inside. No nasty metallic bits in there. This is the only bit there's any damage. You can see it. There's a few bits that'll need cleaning up. Something got in there in the past, probably from a hold piston. This thing has had a hard life, but apart from that, the engine cases are actually in really good condition. So that's savable, which is great because it's a really early number. So it's 00922, I believe, the number of the engine. It's for those that know, it's a 4-bearing crank, not the latest 6. So oil seals are a bit of a pain in the ass. The internal oil seals are a pain in the ass to get. There's the internal oil seal. These are the knackered ones. I have one and I have another one on its way. Anyway, so there you go. This gearbox case is in great. No bits of metal in there. See all the goo. This is the top half of the case, by the way, in case you didn't know. See if we can get a view of this. That's good. There's the top half. Absolutely filthy. Oilways are clear, but we find a pointing stick. So yeah, it goes in here, comes out here. This is in the intake right here, same on each one. See, going out, in, out. No worries. Yeah, see, yeah, 2SE00922. And now let me light my pipe. Yeah, I'm smoking. I'm talking with a pipe in my mouth there. Yeah, this lot's going to need a bath. So there's no external damage to the main casings. So. There's the cylinders. Quite a good fit, good condition. The cylinders are actually really good. Pistons are fine. They're Looks like they're 1 mil oversized, which is what, 40 pounds? Check that. But yeah, all three cylinders are in good condition. Yeah, two outside heads are cracked. It's gonna have to be replaced. Center one, as usual, is fine. See, beautiful crack. Runs right up to the thing, so it could be repaired by welding it and machining it, but it's just not worth the effort. I'll keep them. Maybe someday it'll get done. Here's when I started cleaning up to see, and there's the crack. It's not as bad as the other one. But bad's bad, isn't it? Yeah, center, it's fine. In some ways, if the cylinders were knackered at 1 mil oversized, rather than rebore them again, which I don't know if you can at that point, I have to check. I would have just swapped out for 400. This is the 350 obviously, but yeah, you could slip out, they could go out to 400. Oh, you trying to wreck stuff. Hang on a sec. I think, I'm almost positive the 400, the later KH 400 cylinders and heads, the cylinders will fit. The defining factor is this bit here, where the skirt of the cylinder slides in. See? Yeah, that bit there. That slides in. There's plenty of room. They're machined oversized. The cases, they could have been used for the 250, 350 and the 400. So anything over that, and you can actually machine these out. People do it. But I think the 400 will fit. So if the cylinders were knackered, I would have swapped it out for 400s. The cylinder heads, they're kind of hard to find. There is a guy in Germany, it's about 300 euros for the two outside ones. But for a third of that price, I can actually get a full set of 400 heads, which fit, but they're the wrong shape. They're much more squared out. This comes all the way out to the ends, and it's very square. I mean, it's notably different, but I'll probably fork the money out for the 350 ones just to keep it original looking. Interested? Shifter drum, it's out. Crankshaft end seal, crankshaft. These are the good ones. New bearing, got a new one of those. Again, there's the inner. I'll show you. I mean, they're old, they're original, they're cracked, so they're being replaced. There's new ones on the way. All the bearings are being replaced. This chatter, if you can see it, is the bearing chattering in place. It's not a big deal. It just means it was fitted without the bearing holder adhesive. It's kind of like it's not silicone, but it holds it in place and stops the chattering, which I'll get some of that and put it in. Center, there's the center crank pin, that fits in. There's the end. This is the one, this is damaged. The other two are fine. Big end, actually I don't have it with me, I have it in the house because I measured it to order a new one. There's the con rod, you can see it. See, there's some slight damage in there, so that's all being replaced. Let me find it. There, see the damage, that bearing. Yeah, it was near the end of its life. And bearing, like I say, the bearings and seals are all being replaced. There's the other end bearing, seal, end seal. Sleeves for the seals. Oh, good, a little O-ring. That's the end seal with the sleeve still inserted. A little O-ring, seal the inside. And gearbox is in great condition. Haven't found anything wrong in the gearbox yet. Everything looks good. It's not really worn. I might have to order a new bearing. I'll check the bearings and maybe order new bearings just because it's a part. They're cheap enough. Change them out for SKFs. No big deal. Anyhow, there it is. Oh, I was going to say, damage part. So this is where the oil pump fits, and there's a cover which is missing when I got this bike, probably because it was damaged. Because check it out, this was patched up with some Bondo or something, but it's depressed. Obviously somebody threw it down the road, not a big deal, but this is going to have to be replaced. There's a clutch cover obviously, but whoever had this before actually reassembled the engine using blue silicone and no gaskets. Go figure. It wasn't even blue Hylamar, it was just blue gaskets even, but silicone. But this is brilliant for me. So there's the crack. I don't know if you can see that in here, but it's cracked, and it was patched up with Bondo on the outside. The inside wasn't touched. But check this out, it must have made a hell of a racket when the clutch was engaged. Huh? The clearances are quite tight in these, so without the gasket it's too close. And that's the clutch, that's the clutch spring bolts when it's released. Yeah. Just chattering in there. Well, actually, not even when it's released. That must have been a permanent sound, because they're fixed. They're a fixed distance, so that must have made a hell of a racket, at least initially, till it wore away enough aluminum. And funny enough, I did not find the aluminum scraps in the oil, which means this has had an oil change since it did this. But anyway, going to be an expensive restoration, this puppy. Time I replace all these bits, but what you going to do? It is what it is. Yeah. I'll put some more on later on when I get stuff cleaned up. I'll post another one. But there you are. There's a 350 Kawasaki 350 S1 350 triple engine in all its bits and all its glory. Well, that's it for now. Later.